Welcome to Ridge Life. I'm Tim, and today on Ramblings, the plans have changed. Seems like they're always changing, right? I mean, there's always some little facet that changes, and you have to completely redesign what you're going to do. Well, that's what's going on in the solar shed. It's difficult. It really is, especially trying to build off-grid solar. You know, got the big giant solar array here. Trying to do off-grid solar within a municipality or a county that requires code acceptance and adherence. The county I live in, Fayette County, Tennessee, they go by the 2017 National Electric Code, and which is different than the newer versions and requires different conditions to do your solar. Let's go in the power shed and we'll talk a little bit more about it. Get in here. Do got some new equipment. Check this out, guys. Let's keep this door open because it's so loud. Check out this raceway. Got this raceway in. There's two pieces here, 5 feet long, right there. And I'm gonna mount those below the inverters, right? So, and there's that 200 amp panel I got. These are the end plates that go on the ends of the raceway there. Of course, remember the battery racks. And I did verify they are all still relatively charged. Let's see if that pulls up there. See the lights and everything. So this is the state of charge, the LEDs. Also, you can see right there, if I can get a better angle on it for you, 54% charge. They are on standby. There's the voltage. These things are really cool, aren't they? Really, really cool. Again, these have never been charged. That's straight delivery. You know, remember I mounted those in there myself though. So what is changing? Well, the plans have changed. Let me come back over here. So I got my Hardy board here that I'm mounting today, and mounting it all along there horizontally. And I was gonna put 1, 2, 3, 4 inverters. I only got 3 right now, so I'll leave a space empty. Have the batteries over here, the mini split right there. Put the 200 amp panel right there. That's the 200 amp panel right there. Well, looking at the specs for these inverters right here, you got to be 19.7 or 500 millimeters in between each panel. Now you go online and look and you see how everybody built it. They built them like 6 inches apart. But the way the county works, the state inspector, they're going to go by the manufacturer's recommended allowances. So they could come in here and say, Tim, you need to redo all this stuff. So I am going to adhere 100%, best I can, to the 2017 NEC and NFPA National Fire Protection Association, NFPA 70E for arc flash and fire. So what that means is I'm only going to get one there, but it's basically 20 inches over, 20 inches over one there, 20 inches over one there. That does not leave me a room initially for a fourth one. And knowing that, I've also got to have my battery cables inside and protected. Yeah, I know most people don't run because they think, oh, it's 48 volts, it's below 50 volts. No, these actually run, looky here, 51.2 volts. Yeah, I know they're 48 volt system, but above 50 volts, so therefore 50 volts got to be protected. So we have these knockouts right here, and they're on the inside too. Oops, right there, right there. I will stub those up, and I think what I'm going to do is actually put them right there. So rotate them so they're facing this way. That'll leave a big open spot right there, and I'll put a box in there with the DC bus work from the batteries. So we'll have 1, 2, 3 inverters, open space here, a box here for the DC bus work, and then I'll have conduit over to the side. See how the hole's right there? Let's see if you can see that. There you go. Right? So I'll pop those out in the back, stub over from the box with the bus work in it, run the cables into there, and then from that box we'll run into these raceways. Now I'll have to separate the AC and DC under the 2017 NEC. I'll have to separate those wires internally in there, and that will run along the bottom to the 1, 2, 3 inverters. Now, okay, well, Tim, if you're going to put the DC buswork box there, what are you going to do with your 200 amp panel? Glad you asked. I think what I'll do is I'll mount the 200 amp panel right there. Now, I don't want to mount anything under the mini split because condensation does drip sometimes. You know, you have to worry about that. So I don't want anything under there. So we'll have the batteries rotated facing this way, kind of like I originally had planned, just not in the center. Bus work there, raceways there, 1, 2, 3 inverters, and then we'll mount the 200 amp panel right there. That does change where, you know, the outside conduit and trenches go. So what I'll do is out of the that raceway right there, we'll come over to here, and I'll come up with conduit over the ceiling, right down there, and then stub into the 200 amp panel. Whew, I know that's a lot, guys. A lot of specifics on building, electrical, and all that a lot of people, you know, just don't know or don't care about. But I'm trying to keep you informed here on Ramblings what's going on and how things have changed. And it really does change everything. Knowing that I can't put them like 10 or 12 inches apart. I gotta put them almost 20 inches apart, because I sure would hate to do all this and them come in. And that is what the manufacturer recommends for proper airflow, heating, cooling, all that. And I do want long-term use. So I am gonna be mounting them on that unistrut down there. See that bar? That will be mounted on the bottom of the hardy board like that. So I can slide them left and right a little bit as I need. And if I did ever add a fourth one in there later on after approved, I could do that pretty easily. You know what I'm saying? Slide it down, put a fourth one in there. Because these have tons of holes in the top of them, and I can rearrange all that. So, whoo, yeah, that is crazy, guys. That is a lot of changing. So today I've got to get this hardy board mounted up on these walls myself. Get it painted, get them painted, and get the unistrut mounted. Get that unistrut mounted right there. Then use this template. Well, I'll use the template to get the unistrut mounted, the proper height, top and bottom. And then I can actually mount the inverters on the wall here. Then knowing where they'll be, then I can mount the raceways, 2 of those side by side. And I still got to buy a box for the DC and all the, you know, conduit and all that stuff. Conduit will come later. And then I can get a little more of that unistrut right there, mount that 200 amp panel right there. And that will be the mounting of pretty much everything in there. And eventually I will get a charge verter. Charge verter is a box from EG4 where you can take your generator output straight in to charge the batteries. You can bypass the inverters altogether. Now I will also eventually have, you know, a natural gas generator or a propane generator that will tie into the inverters. So when the battery state of charge goes low, the generator will automatically come on, pass through the inverters and charge the batteries. But having that charge verter will allow me to manually just turn on the generator and charge the batteries directly. That'd be a really good, and that the charge verter also makes sure that the sine wave, the cleanliness of the power is really, really clean. So you can just have a non-inverter generator. I do have inverter generators, but they're still not super, super clean. And that protects your batteries and your inverters and all that equipment. So let's go outside and let me show you. And you guys, just in case you know, this is on. That is so quiet. So quiet. As a matter of fact, let's Let's see what we got here. Turn this light. Where's the light at? Come on, I don't see the light coming on. Heat, oh there it is. 69, oh, just because I got 61. That is pretty cool now. That really is pretty cool. But it's so quiet. And actually it closed up there. There it goes, it's opening back up. And it's so cool. Isn't that so cool? I get amused with the simplest things. All right, so knowing that, you can see that's running. So quiet. Oh, and I did put the reduced thing on here, and I am going to put some steel wool up in there. A lot of you guys said, Tim, put steel wool. Yeah, so this is, I did put the restricted bottom box on there. Still haven't put the white tape on there and fastened it, but that's, I'm still working on how I'm going to do it. Yeah, so having that 200 amp panel right behind here, I can stub out of the wall and then come out and go straight over to the house, right? Straight over to the house. Now the PV wires, the solar wires, are going to come in right here and go up into that trough right there to go to the 3 inverters. I'm also going to put an RSD, a rapid shutdown switch right here. Now, rapid shutdown switch, in case we ever have a fire or something, the fire department comes out, they can go chook, hit that emergency switch, shuts down all the batteries, all the inverters and all that. We'll also have actual PV disconnects, one mounted here for 2 circuits, one mounted there for 2 circuits, and one mounted there for 2 circuits. And I'll trench out from there, and also the grounds. Remember these grounds that go down right there? I'll trench out, probably outside the gravel there, so I don't mess my gravel up. I'll trench out there and then over with all those solar wires. They'll be in conduit, make it all pretty. And that should go right in there, and then have that rapid shutdown switch. Chunk, kill that. So, and then having the electrical panel right here, I can put another box right here and power the 120. Right now, you know, this is off extension cord. I'll conduit that up to this disconnect right here. So I'll have a disconnect, 120 volt disconnect for the mini split. And this cable here, I'll put in conduit also, some flexible conduit, and bring into the bottom of that. So that'll all be prettied up. Whew, yeah, guys. A lot of changes, and so I've been doing a lot of research on, you know, these requirements, these NEC, the electrical code, and NFPA. And oh yeah, let me bring in here to the power shed, and I'll show you what these bus works look like. Put this right here. I am not done in the power shed here, or in the power tool section. Actually, you can see what I got all my tools put up, but I'm still cleaning up. This is all beekeeping equipment I can put up. This is all camping stuff and then jackery stuff. That is a 3 Mississippi's pop-up line. I get our pop-up tent, you know, from Freedom Weekend. Hunting gear, and again, that's all materials from Freedom Weekend I still had left over. I'm whittling them down. I got napkins and paper towels left, and this is processing stuff for the deer for venison. So yeah, I'll get all that cleaned up, and then the motorcycles come here. But here's what I want to show you though. This is the bus work for the DC. So I'll have one for positive, one for negative, and these, let me actually take it over here for you. These will be mounted right inside a big box. I'll get a big box to put here, and we'll mount those and then have conduit come out to the batteries over there. Yeah, that's some heavy duty stuff, isn't it? It sure is. So I'm pretty excited about that. Let me actually take this back over here. Getting closer, guys. Yeah, I did apply for my electrical permit, and I have not been contacted yet back by the state, but let's see, where did the other one go? I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. So I'm gonna get back to work, get this video out to you, and hopefully I can lift up that hardy board by myself. That stuff's pretty heavy. I gotta get this hardy board up, lift it up, and mount it to that wall. And it's concrete board, you know, right? Cement board, so I don't want to break it. It's gonna be kind of scary, but it's gonna be fun. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a big old thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. It's always 100% free. Hit that notification bell right down there to be notified anytime a new video comes out on one of my channels. And guys, if you got a hype on a mobile device, hit it. I do appreciate it. We'll be talking to you more soon about things coming up. And don't forget, we've got a live stream coming up tomorrow night over at Meredith's. Can't wait to see you live. It's going to be a fun time. I'll tell you how things go here. So until next time, hope everyone has a blessed day. Keep rambling and go Ridge Life. Woo!